Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to do Beginner PLL for the 3x3. So CFOP is the most professional and efficient method for 3x3. The C stands for the white cross, the F stands for F2L, the O stands for OLL, and the P stands for PLL. So while PLL does come after OLL, you should probably still learn it first, and I'll show you why. So OLL stands for orientation of the last layer, which is when you finish the first two layers and then you need to do to make the whole top face yellow. So you can make the cross. Even in beginner's method we know how to do that. And while there are algorithms for these different cases like this, you don't actually need to know any algorithms, because just like beginner's method, once you line up all the edges, put all the corners in the right place, and then you flip it over and finish off the rest of the cube, you can do that here to do OLL before PLL. There you go. But if you learn OLL first, then you'll just be learning, you'll be able to do OLL, but there won't really be any easy way around beginner PLL without just learning beginner PLL. So and PLL also has a few less algorithms than OLL. So let's do this. So the first thing you're going to look for when you finish doing the yellow side is you're going to look for headlights, which is when you have two colors that are two corners on the same side that are the same. So here there aren't headlights, no, and right here these are headlights. So I have two that are both blue. You don't have to be blue, it can just be any color. When you have this, you're going to put them off to the left and you're going to do a T-perm, which looks like this. It's basically a sexy move. And then you put this pair down in its slot and lift this front side up, and then do an R2, and you're going to put this pair right here into this section. Move this section down, an extra U prime, put this pair back up there, and then front side back down. And now I have headlights everywhere. So one more time, we look for headlights right here, put them off to the left, and do a T-perm. There you go. So there is actually a case, a PLL case, just called the T-perm. So when you have these headlights here again, but then you have a bar here and a bar here. And as a beginner, you may not even recognize this. You'll just put the headlights off to the left and do a T-perm, but then it'll be solved, and that's perfect. There you go. So if you go to look for your headlights and there are none anywhere, this is when you're going to do a Y-perm algorithm. So you're going to lift the front side up, you're going to put this pair down here like that, extra U prime, put this pair back up similar to the T-perm, put the front side down, and then you're just going to do a sexy move and then put this pair back down where it goes just like that. And again, we're just going to go ahead and do the Y-perm. And similar to the T-perm, sometimes you won't find any headlights and you'll go and do a Y-perm and it'll already be solved. But with a Y-perm, you do have to hold it a certain way. So with the Y-perm, just in beginner CFOP, you can hold it however and it'll give you headlights everywhere. But to recognize a Y-perm, you'll see that there's a bar here and a bar here, and then this corner doesn't match either of these. If you have this corner right here and you do a T-perm, it'll be solved. So besides those two algorithms, there are technically four, but two of them are very similar algorithms you need to learn to finish it off. So if you end up getting this case where the edge right here is opposite of the corners and it's just like that on all of them, then you're going to do, this is called an H-perm, so you're going to do M2, U, M2, and then U2, M2, U, M2. And those were U primes, by the way. Technically you could do a U, but it's just easiest to do a U prime. Unless of course you're left-handed and you do an M2 like this and then do that. An easy way to remember this is anytime you do anything with the middle, it's always going to be 2, M2. And then 1, M2, and then 2, M2, and then 1, and then M2. Another case that you can sometimes get is called a Z-perm, and it's when you look at this and you have when these two edges need to be flipped, and then same right here, these two edges also need to be flipped. So the way I do this algorithm is holding it like this, where you have two of them need to be opposite, one to the left, one to the front, and then it could be these two as well, it doesn't matter. So the easiest way to memorize this is in sections. So there are two sections that look like this, one that looks like this, and then one that looks like this. So you're going to do M2 U prime, and you're going to do it again, M2 U prime, and you're going to kind of switch, so you just do the M1 middle once, and then do U2. Then you're going to do both of them twice, M2 U2, and then we're going to do the other one a second time, so just once and then twice. So again, I'm going to do Z perm. Now there is another variation of the Z perm that my friend uses, and it's when you got to hold these on the right in the front, and then again it could be these two, doesn't matter, and then it goes like this: M prime U prime, M2 U prime, M2 U prime, M prime U2, M2 U. One more time. Now, if you remember earlier, I said that you have to learn technically 4, but 2 of them are very similar algorithms. The one I'm about to show you and the one after are the two that are very similar, and that's when you get your headlights everywhere, and you have a big bar right here, which you're always going to put on the back, and then you're going to look for which edge on the side is opposite to the corners next to it. So this edge is not opposite to these, but this edge is opposite to these. So this is called a UA perm. And the way you're going to do it is you're going to go, so you're going to do M2, and then since the opposite is on the right, you're going to go ahead and do a U, sort of to the other side, and then you're going to do an M backwards, which is really annoying to get used to, but you'll get used to it. And then a U2, and then another one like this, and then same direction as last time, and then another M2. Again, I'm going to go here, this. And the other similar variation is called a UB perm, and it's when the opposite is on the left. So you're just going to do an M2, but then you're going to start by moving it to this side, kind of toward the opposite side from where the opposite was, and then one backwards, and then a U2, and another M in the same direction as last time, and another M2. Again, I'm going to do this, this, but that's it for Beginner PLL. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.